Alright friends, so I was trying to catch this on camera, but I missed it. And what I was trying to catch on camera was like watching our first flush system in action, like watching it tip. But sadly, I missed my chance. So as you can see, it's running into that white, from the gutter into the white pipe, and there's a Micron filter cinched to the top there. So now the rain that we're getting right now is starting to fill our water cubes. And Mike has it rated so that we have a 4-gallon flush off the roof before that unit tips. And then the water starts going into the water cube. So that first flush system is rated at 4 gallons. But knowing it was likely going to rain today, Mike asked me to actually empty out the bucket once and do an 8-gallon flush. So I did that this morning. So it filled once, I emptied the bucket, and then it filled twice, and it just tipped over. So now we're collecting all the water that's coming down wonderfully from the sky. So it's Friday, June 26th, and we're slated to get a few days of rain starting today and the next few days. And it's not supposed to get over 60 degrees here for the next few days, and it's actually not supposed to get over 50 on Sunday. So dipping into some cool rainy weather. And we really haven't, I mean, we've had some hot days, hotter days, but we definitely haven't seen super hot weather yet, which is common here. It's still June, so for us our hot weather months are July, August, so not super uncommon, but it's definitely been a lot more variable here just as far as temperature goes. Like, we had a small fire in our wood stove in the cabin like 2 weeks ago. So anyway, today's a sort of a water day here at Empty Mountain. We're collecting water, I'm filtering water, and I'll show you our setup for, now that we have the increased storage capacity. We've mentioned we're starting to filter rainwater now for cooking, drinking water instead of me hauling it from Missoula. So this is our setup for our water filtration. So we put a 5-gallon tank on the top here, and there's a hopper. This is a LifeStraw family system unit. So that hopper and the filter down here is all one unit. And so to make it so that we don't have to keep filling that hopper up every, few minutes, we got this idea from our friend Nikolai, and we just put we put that on top, and now it's just kind of like a water cooler situation where it just trickles in. It takes a lot less babysitting that way. So I've been kind of keeping an eye on it and timing it. So I'm doing like approximately like 15 gallons once a week, and that's about what we've been using for cooking, drinking. And so I fill up 3 of these, and I fill up these tanks here. So I'll do 3 of these today. And I don't know, this takes about 2 hours, like a whole 5-gallon jug up here to filter through. So it's, it's slower. It's a slower process, but that's fine. So yeah, so I do about 3 of those once a week. That's what I'm averaging right now for the 2 of us. And then that's also keeping up with friends and family coming out to visit, which we've had some visitors lately, which has been great. So yeah, this is our system there. Kind of show you. Come with me while I put my shoes on. Yeah, so this unit has a straw here, and I just have it piped into here, and I have this covered. I actually have learned to I have this tied on with like a ribbon and then I cover this top because there's a hole here where I have it plugged into, and this keeps the bugs out. So as soon as I start filtering water, it brings bugs over, so this is my attempt to also keep this from crimping too much here at this junction right here. So I have it propped up so it's not kinked too much and putting strain on there. And then I cover this to keep the bugs out, because yeah, this is just, there's just a hole in there where that straw plugs into. So yeah, so it's pretty slick. Yeah, it works pretty well. So I can just heave-ho it from up on the porch here up there, and yeah, it's been working great. So let's see, our shower house over there. So the shower house roof just has a really simple gutter system that drips just free flow into that plastic screw bucket with the hole in the bottom, and we've been filling up our shower barrel that way, and it's been great. Super simple technology, but it's nice. Yeah, we can just use that barrel to take all our showers over there. And I did just plug these in not too long ago. We do a first flush on these too. We just kind of let the rain wash off the roof a little bit before we plug them into the barrels. So this is now collecting water, and so is this one. And it's been nice having the increased storage, because it was always my guess that prior to getting the water cubes, this wasn't enough for us to operate on for cooking, drinking, and all of our washing needs. And that was for sure right, because so we've gotten this month in June, I tallied up all of our rain gauge readings, and we've gotten just under 1/2 inch of rain for the month of June so far. And both of these 55-gallon barrels were getting pretty low, because now we're pulling an additional, 15 gallons out every week for cooking, drinking. So, so yeah, they were getting pretty low. Now, of course, we could have pulled out some from the water cubes. Those are, I think we're sitting at about 400 gallons combined right now. So we've had, so they're getting full. But yeah, I think we would, we would have been tight, and potentially run out of water, if we had only been using these 2 barrels to try to do cooking, drinking water too. So I think we made a good call and holding off on that. So now that we have the increased storage, yeah, that's been nice. So I'm no longer hauling water from town, and we'll just see how that goes. And the next experiment, of course, is going to be to see if we can keep the water cubes from freezing over the winter. So we have some things worked out for that. So that'll be an experiment we'll keep you posted on later in the year when freezing happens. So yeah, it's interesting, like just living the way that we do off grid and without running water. When we get water, we don't get sun. So we tend to not get both at the same time. So when we get rain, we're like, hooray, we're getting rain, because we collect it for all of our needs. And then when we get sun, we're like, hooray, we're getting sun, because we use the sun for, powering up our batteries and running our electricity in the cabin. So it's supposed to be pretty cloudy these next few days. So I imagine we'll probably need to use the generator for electricity purposes, or powering up the batteries that we use electricity off of. So I'll probably need to do that a little bit this weekend. So anyway, but either way, we're happy for different reasons. Rain or sun. So yeah, and today is a water day, filtering water, collecting water, filling up the barrels. That feels so nice. Yeah, just being so closely tied to our systems again, it's just, I don't know, there's something just really nourishing and satisfying about it. So, like, I really wouldn't want to have it any other way. Very happy living with what we're gifted from the clouds and the sky and the sun, and making adjustments when those aren't filling up our needs. But anyway, very happy living in the land and living off the land the way we are, with our simple setup. So thanks for tuning in, joining us on our Empty Mountain endeavors. Mike's been doing a lot of milling, but maybe not so much today. Right now, I don't reckon this camera is picking it up, but our overhead industrial power lines are vocally active right now, as they tend to be in the weather. Not all the time, but they're very responsive. They're kind of doing this light humming situation. So, there's that. Alright. Yay, water!